Welcome back to JLC TV, the show where we're trying to build our business into a £100 million business, but we got a long way to go, a very long way, especially with days like yesterday. We only did 25 grand yesterday, UK. We did about 400 in Europe. Nothing to write home about, but hey, it is what it is. The good news is we're out here in Holland. It's going to be a very, very big day. Obviously, Europe had a slow day, but it's been having big days. And also, you guys here, JLC TV continues to grow. Thank you very much. 15,600 subscribers. In this episode, I'm going to get into some of the year-on-year growth we've had in Europe because Owen has made a fantastic report, which shows the monumental success we've had in the last year. I think sometimes when it's month to month, you don't realize the inclinations you're making. Like, take it up Snowdon, right? Most of the guys who watch this are in the UK, so you're gonna know what Snowdon is. Say you walk up Snowdon, it could be like, oh, this is taking ages, and there's cloud, and you can't really see the top. So you just keep walking, you think, we haven't really got anywhere, I wanna turn back. And then you look back, and actually, all these little increments have added up to a lot. And I think that's what's happened when we look at this report. It's like, oh, like we knew we're growing, but we're 4 times bigger than we were last year. Like, we're smashing it. I tell you what, like, just the sitting with it all is a lot. Like, you really need to look after your headspace. So I take a lot of gym is very important. What you need as a leader is you're always trying to feed off of the wins, because the wins is what like fuels you. So when things are challenging, you need to look around and understand, okay, things might have not gone how I want them to go. However, this has gone well. And like, I think I realized this back in 2017 when business was starting to go bad and I was still not really good at dealing with the ups and downs back then. The way I dealt with it, and I didn't mean to do this, it's just what happened. I booked Tough Mudder, and then it gave me something to train for where I was getting better, because I think in my life I was feeling like business is getting worse and worse every single month. So I felt like I was getting worse because I linked me to the business. And then I realized like improvement isn't just business, it's everything. So if you're trying to improve in all areas, if your money starts to dry up, well, you're getting better in this area, you're getting fitter in this area, you're getting healthier in this area. So yeah, I always look at everything. So like JLC TV isn't obviously a vehicle that makes money, but like if we're having a bad day, JLC TV is up, I'm like, sick. If we're having a bad day in UK, but Europe's making money, sick. If we're having a bad day in all of them, but we've got new customers in, that's sick, you know? So we're always trying to look for metrics in which we're improving. All right, how cool is this? Oh, basically, I think sometimes it's easy when you're in business to just think that nothing's really happening because it just seems like you're fighting every month. Believe it or not, in 12 months, it doesn't feel like we've gone from there to there, does it? But what Owen's done, why don't you talk through what this is though?
So blue was last year's results.
Turnover.
So, and then obviously orange this year. So we've just done a year to date, so it's only the last 4 months. But 4 months in orange of 2024, 4 months of blue in 2023.
And I haven't had a ruler, right? But this line shows 20. So look, this time last year, January 2023, sub 20, that was sub 20. This March hit over 20, and then April again, sub 20. And I think this year, what we had, it was like, oh yeah, we had an okay January, we had a decent February, then you feel like, oh, you go backwards, but nah, look what really happened. We did sub 20 there in January. This January we did plus 60. We did, I think that's sub 20 here. If it's not, it's marginal. And then here we hit 140. And then it's like we did plus 20 here, and then we did plus 80 here, and then minus 20 on April. I say minus just below the amount, right? And then we hit plus 80 on April. So I think it's easy with us thinking like the ups and the downs, but really what it is each up now is higher than the ups were before, and each down is lower than the lows were before. Like, look at that, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now the trend is basically like riding about 3 times higher, no matter how low or high the tide is. 3 times higher than what it was last year.
So like in May, obviously we haven't got May results yet. I think we're on the 2nd of May now. Rolling over what we didn't have out the door, so we can't count on our figures.
So this is all the stuff that was out the door.
Out the door, yeah. So rolling over, we've got more in May now than we had the whole of May of last year.
That's mad.
So that's in profit, that is. So
we've already beaten it, and we just got every single working day left, which is like 20 working days left to add to that. So it might even be more dramatic, the lift on May, because you're thinking that it's going to be a mega month, right?
We've got quite a lot confirmed. But like I said, again, when we look at stuff like this, it just shows that if you do chuck enough shit at the wall, it's going to stick.
Yeah.
And the hard part was just convincing at the time the sales guys. We started off in Europe about a year and a half ago. All fresh salespeople. So we had Laura and Aaron initially, and Rachel. And our job was just to convince them to stick at it.
Yeah.
But then you still feel in the background, actually in a different territory, it might be a completely different way of working in Europe is different, but at the end of the day, it shows that if you do check on the wall is going to stick.
And these results are more dramatic than our results have been in the UK hard years. So that's what's insane about it.
Yeah, and like last month as well, like we had a few solid no's. When Laura started, we had a few solid no's from customers saying, no, we're happy with our current existing supplier. They come back to us a year and a half later for quotes, and we get set up. So, and these are some big boys as well, which haven't started spending yet, but we've actually onboarded them, so the hard part is done now.
Amazing. And
so yeah,
we saw that kind of thing back in the day with UK, didn't it? When it was like accounts that didn't want us, and then eventually you bang the door down, and they start to realise that, wow, these guys are adding value, and it's like the slog of making the market understand what you are. And then when they understand, they get a lot more from using you. Oh yeah, and Jeffrey, you've just been here for a year, right?
Yeah.
Sick. What do you think about these results? Because I remember we were speaking at the start, and it was really small numbers when you first joined.
Yeah, actually, I don't fault anything because I trust in what we're doing and stick to the plan. You can see if everyone sticks to the plan and do his best what you can, you see the results on the board, and it's only going to be better.
So I put it in the context as well. You stumbled across Jeffrey in the gym.
Yeah.
And just being honest, I'm going to look back. It was too soon to have Jeffrey. He did a good catch, you know, he's fit.
Yeah.
So we had to take, not a risk, but we had to have faith that the business was going to be successful. And I think when you agreed to take on Jeffrey, our figures were sub 20.
Yeah, crazy.
And having a full-time operational person.
It helped the figures be where they are now.
Yeah, at the time didn't make sense, but then it meant Laura and Aaron at the time could just focus purely on sales. Because Laura packing the first couple of months until we got the house staff, she's packing her own orders.
So what would be your advice to someone who's in a similar situation now? Would it be to invest into the operation?
Yeah, it's a ballsy move to get operational staff, but if you need to look at longevity, at short-term rewards, you think you are going to take a hit with the further salary, but it's paid dividends. Like so, Laura and Aaron, and I think Rachel at the time could just purely focus on sales. So their sales went up significantly because they didn't have to worry about going in the warehouse and get the momentum. Again, we've done that with Ines as well.
And was Rachel still here at that point? That's crazy. So we haven't actually got many more people than we originally started. So guys, we don't actually have much different of a cost base to what we had around here, because we've lost a couple of sales guys, but obviously gained Jeffrey in an operations manager, and we've now got Emery working in the operation. Give or take, what, one extra?
Yeah, shows long term it makes sense just to take the hit, swallow it, and it is quite daunting as well. Like we said, Christ, we're going to have a member of staff. We need to make sure that's covered. But in the long run, it's paid dividends. Like, and then Ines has come in, and that's helped the guys with the marketing, gives time to e-shots, and then I think our results have gone through again then. So.
And what's the plans for the next personnel?
So I think operational now, I think it's a well-oiled slip machine. I think we need to get the third salesperson.
Okay, what's the language,
So German is a massive market, where it's the biggest, second or third biggest economy in the world. Get that, we're on the German board as well, so I went to a German restaurant on Saturday and I just was looking at staff. Anyone would be.
Was anyone good?
So I looked at a few, like it was so hectic, didn't it? But I thought, oh yeah, she could be a good catch. She's young, she's fresh, and like, that's what we go for as well.
You just need someone who will listen.
Yeah.
And who,
So we're a little bit different to every company. We don't want someone which has been in the industry for 20 years, which knows you all. We're happy to give a youngster a chance, or someone with no experience. Like we did a graduate program, so we got Laura, Julian, and Aaron from a graduate recruitment. None of them have ever had any experience in sales. I just paid dividends. So
anyone who's looking for a job, make sure you get in contact on that basis as well. You don't have to have experience. If you've got the right character, then you'll be in for the job.
We haven't got an ad up yet. Like I said, we're going to go to Germany. And we can do the old-fashioned way. We can swoop around, go to maybe car dealerships. Germany's 20 minutes away from us.
Yeah, we're actually going to go eat dinner actually in Grenau over the next few days, because you said there's an insane restaurant there.
The nuts. I googled work or mapped work to see how far it was, and it's like 22 minutes from Germany to here.
Nice.
So that means it's staff. That's nothing. When I started JLC, it was a travel with traffic about 1.5 hours every single day. So half hour seems nothing.
And it's a heck of an opportunity as well, isn't it?
You've got the potential. You've got the German market, huge. And like I said, give all the time in the world, as long as you're hungry and you're willing to learn, you have a place here.
Nice. So get in contact, guys. I have just caught up with Ken back home, and we were talking about plans for the business, how well Europe's going. Also, further to what I was saying earlier, so obviously in that chart, we had previously said in this episode that Europe had the best month it had last month. Now it did, but the reason why that isn't reflected in the chart is because we can only invoice what we send out. Now we had the most we'd ever had in the tank by the end of the month, but there was some that we couldn't send out. So that's also why Owen said, we're already on the best month we've ever had because we rolled over with so much. So does that make sense? So even though you've seen the orange go bang to down and then back up, or sorry, it goes high and then down, we've got loads of orders in the system that we haven't got the stock for. But yeah, so results yesterday, I can't remember if I said them at the start of the episode, but we turned over around 25,000 as a company, not enough for breakfast on either side of the camp. It was an okay day, didn't really make any money, but a good start to the month because normally start of the months are very quiet. So the fact that we had a day like that, I think May is going to be very, very good. And hopefully we can play this clip back next to the end of month episode where I literally spoke it into existence. So yeah, guys, we're gonna get back on track and it's gonna be months like we've been used to. If I don't check in again today, I look forward to seeing what tomorrow brings. Over and out, guys.
What product have you most been quoting today?
We've had quite a lot of cables come through today.
Anything else?
The diamond sleeve.
Cables.
Anything else?
Diamond sleeves.
What product have you been quoting most?
Cables.
Anything else?
Quite a lot of diamond sleeves as well at the moment.
What product?
Cables.
Anything else?
Diamond sleeves.
What product have you been quoting most?
Cables, lots of cables.
Anything else?
Yeah, diamond sleeves.
What product have you been quoting most?
I picked up your phone, but then they hung up on
Quite a few adapters.
No.
What else have we done?
Something maybe long, kind of string-like, full of copper.
No.
What product have you been seeing the most?
Probably cables, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of those recently.
Anything else?
Actually, diamond sleeves. I'm seeing quite a lot of diamond sleeves come out at the moment.
What product have you been seeing the most?
Cables.
Anything else?
Diamond sleeves, yeah.
What product have you been seeing the most of?
1080p webcams.
No, you haven't.
Okay, iPhone 14 Halcyon.
No. What product have you been seeing the most of?
Probably 10.2 turtles.
No, you haven't. What product have you been seeing the most of?
I'd probably say cables.
Anything else?
Oh, diamond sleeves.
What product are you seeing the most of?
Products of my imagination. No, seriously, cables. They are a pain in my backside.
Anything else?
Diamond sleeves. Oh, they're always on the roof. I always need a lot of them, and nobody knows where they are. They're always on the roof.
Cables.
Anything else?
Diamond sleeve things.
What products have you seen in the most this week?
Cables and sleeves.
Here at JLC, we have every cable you could imagine. Male to male, male to female, female to female, female to male. USB-A, USB-B, USB-C, micro USB, mini USB, HDMI, DVI, VGA, DisplayPort, Ethernet, Lightning, AUX 3.5, TS, TRS, ADAT, Firewire. We also do adapters for cables. 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to 10, 1 to 12. USB-C to USB-A, USB-C to HDMI, USB-C to VGA, USB-C to DVI, USB-C to DVI and VGA, USB-C to Ethernet, USB-C to DisplayPort, even USB-C to USB-C. Basically, if you need a string of metal to connect one thing to another, JLC can source it for you. And now, let's get on to the second biggest mover. Next up, we've got the JLC Diamond Sleeve. Diamond Sleeve is a protective outer casing for your laptop. It's felt on the inside to make sure it doesn't get scratched at all, and you have these rigid bumps on the outside to disperse weight evenly for any drops and falls. But anyone who's throwing their $2.5 grand laptop around like some kind of paperweight, I think has the money to kind of spend on a protective case, just like this. As you can see, fits nice and snug, very protective. Let's go test it out. I'll test this out. Yeah. How high do you think before it breaks? Yeah. It's a diamond sleeve. No.
Yeah, it's not going to break.
No. Chuck it through.
Laptop test.
See if it's alright.
Let's see if the laptop's alright.
Okay, it looks alright. It's all good.
Diamond sleeve.
Disclaimer, there actually was no laptop in all of that. There was a JLC catalogue full of all of our amazing products.
This was performed by professionals, so do not try this at home or at all.